Hi, Josh from PML Accountants here with another bit of Josh's Xero knowledge. Now, we've already had a look at purchases and sales in Xero, so now we're going to have a look at the bank, which brings it all together. Really, in the last bit, the main part of bookkeeping we have to look at. Now, you can get what's called a bank feed in Xero, which basically automatically gets the transactions from your bank account into the system. It saves you having to manually reconcile it by ticking off items against a paper statement, or entering the statements manually as well. Now, you can't really see this, but because it's a demo company, we can't really even go through the process of setting up a bank feed, but there will usually be a blue Get Bank Feeds button here, which you can click on, and then it's basically just following the steps to log into your online banking, and then telling the bank that you authorize them to send your statements straight into your Xero system. And with new open banking, it's as quick as the next day. So you're looking at real up-to-date information, real actionable information that you can deal with then with your system. Now, when it comes in, it will look like a bit like this here. You will have a reconcile, however many items, and that's how many items you haven't dealt with yet from your bank feed that you need to go into. So we're just going to have a look, see what that looks like. As you can see here, it's got all statement lines that don't apply. Now, what Xero will do with these lines first, it will try and match it to a purchase or a sales invoice with the same amount. And as you can see here, Wilson Periodicals, that is someone putting a manual payment into the bank account. And now that the bank statement's in, Xero is saying that, is this what it's for? And all you have to do then is press OK. Same thing down here with the money in, that's a credit note refund that's being paid manually. Just have to press OK and that's matched too. As you can see, there's another thing you can do on the bank rec is this little discuss tab. Now, this discuss tab allows you to put little notes in for yourself. Either just remind yourself you haven't put up the invoice yet, whether you haven't received the purchase invoice but you paid it from the supplier, or you can even write a little note there for us that we can see and we can go in and help you then directly to the statement line that you're having trouble with. Now you'll see a few of these have auto-filled with information. Now what Xero does is when you fill in this information because you don't have any purchase or sales that goes with that statement line type, Xero will learn what you put in for that statement line. So what it's done there is someone has put this bank charge statement line to Ridgeway Bank Fees and described it as a bank fee before. So Xero has remembered that and has applied that to future transactions to the Ridgeway Banking Corporation. So if we're happy with that, we can just OK that as well. Now for other ones you may not have receipts for or may not need receipts, you can just do a quick thing. Let's say your employee lost their parking receipt for this. So we're just going to type in the information manually here. That's a travel expense. Now, we don't know if it's got any VAT on it, so we're just going to put it to 0 rated. We can't really claim for something we don't really have the receipt for. So we've described that, we're happy with it, again, OK. So it's better if we have purchase invoices or sales invoices that relate to all these statements. Right? So some of them won't, and some of them you will have lost. It's not that big a deal. Obviously you prefer it, but we can easily sort that out, so there's no panic. And the last one you can see, there's applied a rule. Now, what's happened here is that every time someone goes to 7-Eleven, they're buying the same thing. So, and it's obviously happened a few times, they decide to create a rule. Now, this rule looks for information that you've entered into the rule, and then will apply the parameters that you set. So if you look at what the parameters for this rule are, it's the pay contains 11. It will be assigned to then 7-Eleven, and it will be described as the missed corner store and put to the general expenses account. And it always has that on it. And then that will be run on all the bank accounts with the rule name 7-Eleven. Now, obviously happy with that rule. Every time it comes up, all you have to do is press OK as well. As you can see there, the Central City parking one we put in earlier, it remembered that we put that in there. So when it came up again, it applied the parameters we put earlier. So we just have to okay that as well. Now, obviously, some won't match exactly. Some of you may be paying a couple of invoices off at once, or you may be being paid for a couple of invoices at once. Or maybe you think the bill's already in there, but it's not matching for some reason. Maybe there was some error in the data entry, or someone paid too little or too much. So we need to find the bills. So Smart Agency, see here, it's paying multiple bills at once. Now there's tick boxes down the side. All you have to do is select all the ones that were paid off with that amount until it goes green and you're happy and it's all reconciled. And then again, you just press OK. And that's done then as well. Now obviously you won't have full payments for each invoice. This is banking deposits. We don't know exactly what it's for. It's a demo company, so I definitely don't have any idea what it's for. But we're going to pretend it's part of this port and Philip freight payment. We're going to say it's a part payment of just over half the amount. So to do part payment in Xero, you have to find the invoice you're part paying off, select it with the tick box, and then click the split blue text here. You select that, it brings up this box and it just says how much you want to apply to that invoice. We're obviously going to apply it all straight off the bat. I'll tell you the remaining amount as well. So you split that, then it'll come up green. So all you have to do is reconcile. And that is the main function of the bank. See, our earlier entry of central to parking has come up again. So you can do that. And you should have to keep going through these invoices and getting rid of them. Hopefully by matching them to purchase and sales invoices, but obviously you have to enter the information for something like bank charges. You won't always get the invoice for rates, payments, anything like that we're not expecting purchase invoices for. You can just start entering. You can create rules for wages, salaries, dividends, stuff like that. You just create rules, or you can just enter them in, and you just got to keep getting rid of them, building up the intelligence of the Xero AI in dealing with your bank rec. And the more you do, the better it gets, really. And that is mainly how the bank works. Very quick overview. I hope that was helpful. Any other questions, comments, or feedback on that bit about the bank, please get in touch. Any other bits of information you want to see about Xero or you need some more help with, please ask and we'll see if we can help you out with that as well. Good luck.